What's going on, replay viewers? Let's see who tunes on in. Valerie Hallams is the first one in the room, and Cascat, welcome on in. Good to see you, Dan Harsman, and Perfectly Candid, welcome. Good to see you, Travis Weeks, and Sally Skipico, welcome. Dave up there in Bangor, Maine, and Cynthia Sunflowers, welcome. Good to see you, Brian Bell, and Diana Lee out there in London. Good to see you, Fawn Marie, and Phyllis 2284, welcome. Good to see you, Perfectly Candid, and Emma Hoffman, welcome. Good to see you, Donna, and Lisa UK Girl. Good to see you, Michelle up there in Oregon. And yeah, free iced coffee at Dunkin'. Perfect timing. Did you use the code there? Good to see everybody. Oh my goodness, Chris MG Vlogs. Everyone follow Chris MG Vlogs. Fantastic content creator from Grenada. Everyone follow Chris MG Vlogs. Good to see Laura Campos. Another cold day in the city. Isn't this nice snowbank? It's not a big snowbank. It's not a big snowbank. We are, because why not? Good to see you, Din Din, out there in Trinidad. Welcome. Good to see everybody, people. We're only batting 50% here. 65 likes, 30 people hitting that 30 likes, 65 people watching. But we got to hit it. We got to hit up sunset. But randomly, I have ended up here. We are beginning our live stream here at the New York Transit Authority offices here in downtown Brooklyn. Let's head over to the promenade and let's enjoy a walk over the. By the way, let's enjoy a walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. But remember, folks, the flower bed is not your ashtray, so please keep your cigars and cigarette butts out, and they're right here. Anyway, the Transit Museum is right across the street, and I randomly, I'm starting here because I had to buy a Valentine's Day card for the Duchess, and I have succeeded in that. And let me just say, as we start up here, buy local. The folks at Paper Source here on Smith Street are the most loveliest people. My office, that's right, Jim. Good to see you, Jim. I've shut off. I turned on notifications again, so I should be getting your notifications now, Jim. Exactly, Perfectly Candid. Exactly. Okay, where the hell am I going here? I'm gonna go this way. Let's cross over this way. Let's cross over there. We gotta go promenade because we gotta. This used to be the. By the way, this used to be the Board of Education right here. This is now an apartment building. Right there. But it is sunset time, Emma. So let's hit up the sunset. But I gotta say, the folks at Paper Source, they were so nice and helpful. Didn't even know I needed help. The lady's like, we got some nice Valentine's Day cards here, and if you don't find anything you like, there's some more over here. And the other spot where she sent me to, it was pretty cool. I found exactly the card I wanted. So good to see you, Oleg. Slava Ukraini. Let's head over Promenade Way here. Let's get cooking here. Good to see everybody. Welcome on this not as cold day. Am I crazy thinking it's warm out here, even though we're right at freezing? Am I crazy? Am I that crazy? Am I really getting used to this? Oh my Lord. I think I'm getting used to this. Yeah, warmer days ahead. Homemade snickerdoodles with your iced coffee. What? Let's go. You're right, you didn't wear a coat this afternoon. Are we just getting used to like 5 degrees? So when it gets to like 30, it's like warm? Yeah, I think our thermometers are skewed. Yeah, I'm crazy no matter what, right, Emma? That is a correct statement. I will agree with you on that one. All right, this is where we usually begin. Right here at New York Law School. There's some nice tables in there that are out of the way of everybody. Good to see you, Dwayne. Up there in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Well, welcome on in. Hey, it's us. Hey, downtown Brooklyn. Oh, the Brook is finally completed. This building right here is called the Brook. I saw some renderings for affordable apartments in there today. I don't know if I'll live in downtown Brooklyn, but put my name in the hat, why not? Okay, what the hell's going on here? 36 in Duluth, you opened up your windows. Nice. Yeah, you got to air out the house. That I agree with. You gotta air out the house because you keep the windows closed. All that dust accumulates and everything. It's not good. Not good. So you wanna, if you can, you wanna air out the house. All right, we're heading over to the promenade. Let's hit up the promenade. Actually, maybe we'll hit up Remsen Street as well. Yeah, Brooke's a brownie and a cookie. Really? Cynthia, that sounds amazing. Ronnie Eahora, welcome. Good to see everyone. 109 people watching, only 54 likes. So big shout out to all the Discord servers. A shout out to everyone. All the stenographers on the live and on the replay. Don't read too deeply into what I'm saying. I understand you want to cause strife and drama. Robert T, good to see you. But today is a simple live stream. We're just going to walk over Brooklyn Bridge today. But I don't think we're going to get a sunset. It's getting dark. Got quite the fluctuation in temperature there, Dwayne. Stay warm, man. Stay warm. Brooklyn City Hall. Right here. It's built in 1867. Today it's called Borough Hall. But I will forever call it City Hall because in my heart of hearts, Brooklyn is always an independent city. No, didn't. They want to make sure the bots. They want to make sure they curb bot usage down. So, yeah, they haven't changed it back yet. Ollie, good to see you from Massachusetts. 27 windy degrees in Massachusetts. Nice. Stay warm. Stay warm, people. Stay warm. I'm going to zipper up myself here. NYC, good to see you, NYC. And Claudio Elementary from Milano. Buongiorno, Milano. Home of the Winter Olympics. Enjoy the Olympics. Yes, indeed. Peace in the world. I agree. Good to see you, Jeanette Trainer, up there in Glasgow. Shout out to all my Glaswegians watching. Welcome on in, everybody. It's 69 degrees today in Colorado. What? That's not healthy. Something tells me that's not healthy. Buenos dias, Luciero from Colombia. Good to see you. And Liz, oh my God, Liz Ellie, good to see you. Feels 74, feels like 67. The state closed due to windy weather. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of wind across the country right now. That is the big, I guess maybe all over the world. That's like the big news. It's stupid windy. I think it's going to get windy here on the warmest day of the week, which is going to be Wednesday. Good to see you, Karen. Wow, 71 degrees in Colorado Springs. Something tells me that's not like normal. Junior's Beaver, welcome. And Great Minds Think Alike, good to see you. Yeah, we're gonna have a wind invasion. You telling me? You telling me? I don't mind the cold. I just, you know, it's the wind. It's the wind. I know, rain and floods down there in Colombia. I heard about that. Right, got some rough sea bulletins out there. Yes. I can't wait for 40 degrees too. I can't wait for 40 degrees. 40 degrees is gonna feel warm. If this feels kind of warm right now, I could only imagine what 40 degrees is gonna feel like. I don't know if we're gonna get too much of a sunset. Oh no. Ready for the sweat. Ready for the sweat. Hoping it'll stop. I hope it stops raining for you guys too. I hope it stops raining for you guys. Flooding and mudslides, and it's not good. So stay safe. Luciero, I hope you, your friends, and your family, I hope they all stay safe. 40 degrees in Celsius, that's like, what is that, 10? Right? 40 degrees, like 10 Celsius. Emmanuel, good to see you. Bom giro. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Good to see you, Brian Bell. Welcome. Welcome. All right, we're on Remsen. We're taking Remsen down today to the promenade. Sal Muscles checking on in from Staten Island. Good to see you. You know, if I was able to dig my bike out of the shed, I would have gone for a bike ride today. Sarah C. Good to see you, Sarah. Good afternoon. In Italiano. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh my God. 70 degrees in Land O'Lakes, Florida. I was in Land O'Lakes, Florida in 1992. For like a brief moment. 18 out there in Finland. But I feel like a 12. So it's chilly in Finland. 40 degrees is, well, 40 degrees Celsius is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. That's right. So let's think of summer. The warmest tour I've ever done in Celsius was 42 degrees Celsius. But now 40 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius is like, what, 10 or 5? I forget. You've eaten Land O'Lakes? Yeah. Yeah, Dinton, we may get some rain on, I think it's Friday. It might be a little bit warm enough to get rid of this rain, but I think this snow is going to be here until the end of the month. I still do think it's going to hold, it's going to hang tough. Putting on your shorts. Nice. Neville's up there in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, sunny and chilly in both cities. Yes, indeed. So it's around 5 Celsius. There you go. So yeah, 40 degrees Fahrenheit is around 5 Celsius. I gotta update the weather thing so it shows you Celsius as well. Good to see you, Meet Mahartness. Welcome. 80 degrees in south of Arkansas. Nice. And Deb's out there in London. Good to see you. Gonna be back there until the sun comes out. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. Okay, do we have this? Yes, we do. Making our way over to the Brooklyn Heights Promenade if you're just tuning in. Let's see. I don't think we're gonna get a sunset. I think these clouds have squashed it. Close enough. Let's go to Crispy Pizza. That's how I'm down with that. Let's go. Let's go. They got let me tell you something about Crispy Pizza. They got the best undercarriage. And yeah, Freddie, he's my favorite Siciliano. Yeah. Yes, indeed, Kaz. Very chilly. Very cold. And I love Crispy Pizza too. I'm so down with it. Wow, we got 100 people who haven't hit the like button. 88 likes in the box, 188 watching. At least y'all can do is hit the like button. Come on, guys. There's 100 of you who haven't hit the like button. Come on. It helps me out tremendously. Anyway. Oh my God, one of the best grandmas. Jim, one of the best grandmas. I love the architecture too. Less cold than before. Yes, it's a little bit. It's not as brutal. Yesterday, I forgot who said it in the chat. They said you got to take a nap after the stream. I took a nap after the stream. I drank coffee, had a bagel, and I took a nap. Good to see you, Michelle. Welcome. All the Michelles are tuning in. Michelle King, good to see you. Welcome. And we're on Clinton Street, I believe. Or Hicks. Oh no, this is Hicks. This is the street that they were supposed to build the BQE down. Right here. Dimension. Good to see you, Dimension. Welcome on in. We're making our way out to the promenade. Let's see what it looks like out there. Gotta go do some sightseeing here. Tomorrow we'll be on a little bit earlier. We'll be on in the afternoon here. How did I take a nap? I could sleep on coffee very easily, Neville. Me and the Duchess, we could drink a large Dunkin' coffee and go right to bed. Sometimes I will use a drink of coffee to help me go to sleep. So, yeah. Just wired that way. Oh, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Right, you too, right, Sal? Yeah, see, us New Yorkers, we could sleep on coffee. Right? No, that's the Columbia. Listen, my mom's from Columbia. My mom's from Swatcha. So, yeah, my mom used to put coffee in my baby bottle. I love Bustelo. I have, my home coffee is Bustelo. Yeah, not anymore, Cynthia. I feel ya. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. This got like some, oh, she has a heart wreath. Oh, I like that. Oh, let me show you guys this. There's a heart wreath over here. Look at this house, first of all. This house is amazing. Steve Lampont, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good to see you. Look at that wreath. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I really like that. Wow. I wonder where they got that. That's cool. Yes, exactly. Colombians have resistance to coffee. Exactly. We're immune to it, baby. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Isn't that cute? I'm in that kind of a mode because I just got the Duchess her card, so. All right, guys. Guys ready for one of the greatest reveals in all of New York City? Imagine living here. This must be so cool. Look at that. Ta-da. Boom, there's the city. Oh, okay, we're gonna see the sun go behind the clouds. We're gonna see the sun go behind the clouds. Over now. This is the greatest view in all of New York, the Brooklyn Heights Promenade. Brooklyn Heights Promenade. Yeah. All right. Well, I was hoping for a sunset. I think this will be it. That's like straight up. This is all straight up ice right here in front of me. Did it hit 32 today? We actually hit 32. Nice. All right, let's enjoy the view. Famous view here. Well, we got a lot of ice flows here in the East River. You know what? I think we'll go down to Brooklyn Bridge Park and we'll get some views of the ice flows. There's a lot of ice in the East River. Wow. Look at all that ice in the river. Holy cow. Yeah, next week is actually, was it Saturday is Valentine's, right? Saturday. There it is. As you look out, Statue of Liberty there near the bottom of the screen, Governor's Island, and the ventilation shaft for the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, today known as the Q Carry Tunnel. And beneath me, people are upset. Yes, beneath us, people are upset because this goes from 3 lanes to 2 lanes. Yeah, Brooklyn. You know what, Deb? We'll go to your cove, Debbie. I know it did create a lot of ice. Yes, indeed, with all the melt. Good to see you, Desi Des. Welcome. We're right above the Brooklyn Queens Expressway here. This is the infamous triple cantilever here. Probably one of the most important repair jobs in the United States, besides the Hudson River Tunnel, which they stopped construction on. So, did we just drop a degree? David C., good to see you. Welcome on in, everybody. You wish you could find a woman like Elaine from Seinfeld? She's out here in New York somewhere. There's about 4 or 5 different clones of Elaine out there. No, the sand is like concrete. It's crazy. But the clouds have stole the show. Yes, indeed. Lady Liberty. And let's say hello to statue here. There she is. Liberty enlightening the world. Right there. And you can see all the ice. Look at all of the ice in the harbor here. Look at all that ice. And then we go into, there's a Staten Island ferry right there. And look at all that ice. I will. Emmanuel, I'll be on the lookout. I'll introduce you. Let's hope she doesn't, like, have cream. Hopefully not. Look at all the ice. And, you know, we're going to go down to the waterfront here. And we're going to see the ice flows. Trish Mack, good to see you, Trish. Up there in Nova Scotia. Fawn Marie, aloha. Good to see everybody, people. Look at that. It's the greatest view in the world, people. Right here. Look at all that snow and ice. It is a beautiful, somewhat beautiful day here in New York. Yeah, you see 2 orange icebreakers. Those Staten Island ferries, they run no matter what. They're just so heavy that, you know, they could just go through everything. But isn't that crazy, the ice? Good to see you, Astro from Guyana. Good to see everybody, people. Okay, I think we lost our sun, ladies and gentlemen. So down goes the sun. Down goes the sun. Down for another day. Down goes the sun. Central time zone. You guys are up next. Down goes the sun. All right, let's walk down. Let's walk down the promenade. And we're going to go down to Brooklyn Bridge Park. And we'll go see the ice flows as the lights of the city come on. Let's do it. Yeah, I know. It's still a half hour until sunset. But the clouds have really skewed it tonight, or this evening. So, good to see everybody. Welcome. Hope everyone's having a great Monday. We're going to try to do the next... We're going to try to get a live stream up for the next 5 days in a row. So join us for that. Tomorrow, I think we're going to stay strictly in Manhattan and focus on Hudson River activities. Yeah, I know. 5:30 sunsets. What the hell? 5:30 sunsets. Bring it. Bring it. Good to see you, Robojack's down there in London. Good to see everyone. If I missed anyone, welcome on into the show, everybody. Welcome on in. I love New York, too. And Steve, wow, Steve LaPont with a $10 PayPal. Steve LaPont, thank you so much for the very generous $10 PayPal. Thank you so much for today's $10 PayPal club. Much, much, much appreciated with a big $10 PayPal. Breaking out the old graphics. 5 days in a row, that's right. Ghostbusters 84, Guten Abend, Germany. Welcome on in. Hank Town, good to see you. Good to see everybody, people. I know, Steve. Thank you so much for the very generous $10 PayPal. Thank you so much for today's $10 PayPal club. Much, much, much appreciated with a big $10 PayPal. Yeah, there is literally light at the end of the tunnel. There really is. Yes. Oh, yeah. Are you already thinking about days of spring training? Yeah, it's coming. It'll be Mermaid Parade before we even know it. Oh. It will be as the sun goes down, I do feel it getting colder. So when I left the house, I'm like, I might be a little bit too overdressed. But then I said to myself, I'm going to be out during the transition from day to night. So I'm starting to feel it. But Steve LaPont, thank you so much for the $10 PayPal. Much appreciated. Now there is a link. It says TTS in the description there, and that money goes directly to my PayPal as well. But you could write me a message and Emma will read it out for you. So we do have PayPal TTS enabled. That goes, remember that PayPal, 100% of your donations from PayPal go to me. So, and most of my PayPal money goes to my Grubhub, so I appreciate it. Literally putting food in my mouth. Anna, that's right, it was Anna, not Emma, it's Anna. I gotta remember that Beatles song, Anna. Yeah, sorry. Not Emma, it's Anna. Anyway. Oh my goodness, Jeremy Lewis, good to see you. Good day. I don't know what happened to Kuma Monster. I know that he's sick. You know, I gotta say this, Jeremy. Live streaming every day, it takes a toll on the body. I learned this a long time ago, and Kuma Monster was just going full speed ahead. I think the last time I heard, if Spotted Cow from Wisconsin comes in, she'll let us know, because she's keeping up to date with that. But I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that Kuma had some kind of a lung infection. He was traveling a lot. He went to Japan. He walked the entire Nakasendo. I gotta give a lot of I give a lot of kudos to Kuma, because that's not easy to do what he did. So he's feeling, he's a bit under the weather. I hope Kuma comes back very soon. It'll be great to see him back out here in the streets. And to all my fellow live streamers, just take it easy, guys. Take it easy. One of your favorite Toronto live streamers, he literally disappeared. Poof, it's been months. Really? Wow. He does need to take care of himself. We all need to take care of ourselves. So, understand that, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know what happened to Quacky as well. I don't know what happened to Quacky Snacks. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see Quacky soon too. That's true, Steve. I appreciate that. Neil, good to see you. Everybody needs to take a break. Yeah. Good to see you, Neil, out there in Flatbush. It's tough, you know. You're out here in all kinds of weather, and you know, like, I don't go out in rain. You know, I don't have the walk ride fly disappear. Wow. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, guys. And then you have to like maintain. You know, you have to maintain. You know, you go away for a day or two, you go away for a week. You know, you got to build that back up again. So it's tough. Everyone needs a holiday. Good to see you, Tony. Yeah, some people lose interest. Oh, you're telling me people lose if I'm not on for a day, people lose interest. Okay. The ice is hard for you to walk on. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, Cynthia. You know, you create these communities. I mean, I feel that it is my duty as a creator to keep you guys up to date with everything that's going on in my life. So, but I wish Kuma Monster only the best, as well as Walk Ride Fly and anybody else who might have disappeared on y'all. Okay, we're gonna walk with some ice because I want to get this shot for you guys. It's a pretty view. It's a pretty view right here. Look at all the ice. I'm pretty sure I saw Walks in Wall Street. He was on the other day, or maybe a week ago. Walk Right Flied, went occasional, then disappeared. I have to take good care of myself there. Susan, good to see you. Lee John, welcome. Tommy Dance in Long Island, good to see you. I know you guys worry when you guys don't see him. I know. And Bailey with an $8.43 super PayPal. Oh my goodness. Bailey, thank you so much for the $8.43 PayPal. Thank you so much for joining today's 843 PayPal Club. Much appreciated with a big $8. I'm going to say just a $9 PayPal. Much appreciated there. Deb, Getting all the PayPals today. Thank you guys so much. I wish I would. There we go.
Helping to change the red line to green. Smiley face emoji.
Thank you so much, Golden Girl, with a $5 super chat. Golden Girl, thank you so much for a very generous $5 super chat. Thank you so much for today's $5 club. Much appreciated with a big $5 super chat. Much appreciated. I appreciate that, Dwayne. Isn't that crazy look there? That's right. I appreciate that, Steve. Thank you. It's not just physical, but mental health as well. You just lost your best friend, your best Disney IRL. Oh, really? Oh my God, for real? Steve, I get pretty much 93%. No, I'm gonna say 97% of your PayPal I get. Here on YouTube, they take 30%, but I'm fine with YouTube taking 30%. They have a pretty good ecosystem out here, but I'm really sorry about that Disney streamer. Oh my God. I had no idea. You're more than welcome. And yeah, Kuma, get better, man. We're thinking of you, Kuma. Kuma's good. Kuma's really good people. Kuma is good people, so I really hope he gets back soon.
May you live long and prosper, Dutch. We all love and appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Cynthia Sunflowers, with a $10 super chat. Cynthia Sunflowers, thank you so much with a very generous a $5 super chat. Thanks for joining today's $5 club. Much appreciated with a big $5 super chat, as well as Golden Girls, Susan Ingalls. Appreciate you guys with the $5 super chat. Let's see, Peter. Oh, Peter wins. You know what, Lisa? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Peter wins New York City was a serious live streamer. Yeah. Peter wins. I don't understand the kind of content that he created, but you know, the contenter is in the eye of the beholder. But there's like a 3% charge when it gets transferred to my bank. There's like a 3% charge, and then don't forget tax. Gotta pay tax on it too. But it's like I get 97%, so it's a lot more than here on YouTube. Yeah, Walks in Wall Street is fine. I think he was on the other day, Walks in Wall Street. I could have swore I saw him on the other day. And yeah, Adam the Woo is all. That's just. I am still devastated from that. Adam the Woo made me realize I gotta like chill out sometimes and like take care of myself mentally and physically. So yeah, YouTube takes 30%, and PayPal takes 3.2%. And then don't forget, I gotta pay taxes on that. I'm actually, this is the first year where, because I made enough money on PayPal, I have to really. Well, I did this last year to a certain extent as well, but like this is like the big year. A big transition year for me where I made most of my income here is on this live stream. So thank you guys. But yeah, I'm still devastated by Adam the Woo. I would have, I really like the walk that we're doing right now. Like I would have loved to take Adam the Woo on, take him over the Brooklyn Bridge. So yeah, exactly. Got to be consistent, and it's slowly but surely. We will begin to branch out and go on some more adventures. And considering how work is here in the city, this has been a truly a saving light here. I know the 10 o'clock news is this little steamroller that every time we do the 10 o'clock news, so we'll do a 10 o'clock tonight. We'll do it, regardless if we hit our goal or not. We'll hit it. Okay. Yeah, we've got some helicopters out here. We always got helicopters out here. That's right, Steve. I was like showing the 5 boroughs. We got to go to Flushing Meadows. We're due to go for a little walk around Flushing. I've slowly curated the show. I don't know if you guys figured it out now. We have the first half hour which is the main story, mostly weather related stories. And then we go to the second half hour of the show, which is the interest stories, like, you know, crazy stories about lottery winnings and animals and all the other stuff. So it takes me about 45 minutes to curate the 10 o'clock news. So what part of New York is this? We're in Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn Heights. This is the first suburb of the United States. So basically, you know, you live here, and then you take the ferry across the river, and you work and you have your factory in Lower Manhattan. And this neighborhood goes all the way back to the Dutch era, to 1632. But this is Brooklyn Heights. Was Ariel your first walk tuber? Yeah. Ariel was a pioneer in the live stream space. You know, me and him, when Ariel first came on the scene, I was live streaming for already about a year. And we were still trying to figure out what people like, what people don't like. And it's really fun seeing how far Ariel has gotten. And, you know, now that has many different types of conversations on his channel, all interesting. He deserves all the adulation and support and, you know, kudos he gets. So yeah, Ariel, one of the best, and he deserves it. He's actually, him and tour guide Megan, the Daily Megan, they both really have nailed down the minute or 3 minute history short. They do amazing jobs at compressing quite a lot of history into like 3 minutes. That's not easy to do. That's work. So to compress, 100 years of history into a quick short video, it's very impressive. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, Golden Girl, that's amazing. Yeah. Now you watch me more. Well, it's a live stream. Yeah, we had that exclusive hot dog eating contest location. Yes, indeed. He did you. I mean, Luciero, that video. Luciero, I learned something on that video about the biggest snowfall. I learned something from that video, like something I did not know. So I know, well, my videos, I like to think of my short videos as meditations. So I like to look at them as like meditations. Like we meditate and we enjoy like a moment. So I got to keep putting more up. I got to be more consistent with that as well. Oh, did you like that Perfectly Candid? I think we're going to get some here on the East River today. Yeah, me too, Luciero. Now, Ariel does a great job. Ariel, the Megan Daily. There's a bunch of people who are making truly amazing content. And I appreciate them for that, because I sometimes feel like YouTube fosters like dumb content. So we got 300 people watching. Good to see everybody. We're making our way off of Columbia Heights into Dumbo area here, Old Fulton Street area. So if you're enjoying what you're watching, make sure you hit the like button. Now I feel like I should use the bathroom, because there's a bathroom right here. So I think I'm gonna hit up the bathroom, and then we'll be right back with ice flows on the East River. Do I watch the PBD podcast? No, the only podcast I listen to on the regular is the Bowery Boys podcast. And then all my other podcasts are actually like DJs. I like listening to like rare vinyl music DJs on podcasts. A lot of fun. Yeah, this is the next best thing, Dwayne. Oh my God, this is where they filmed the music video for Bananarama's Cruel Summer. Oh, let's think about warmer days. Oh, it got dark quick. Got dark quick. Look at this. Look at this view. Unbelievable. We're gonna go over here to Pier 1. And good to see you there, Michael. Cheers. Good to see you. Right, you love that song? Me too. We're gonna go to this brand new bathroom pavilion. So I'm gonna quickly use the men's room, and then we're gonna come back, and as we see the lights of the city turn on, we're gonna enjoy the views of the ice. Well, I'm into everything, Tony. To say that I'm not into that because I don't listen to said podcast, that's a bit short-sighted. I'm very much into pop culture and yeah. What else? Politics I keep to myself. I get in trouble when I talk about my politics. But anyway, we're gonna use these brand new bathrooms here in Brooklyn Bridge Park. We're gonna go to some fireworks, and I will be right back. Stand by. I'll be right back. Here. Hey, we're back. Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier number 1. Welcome back, guys. Sorry for the 35 people who tuned away. That's fine. They'll tune back in. Welcome on into the show, everybody. It is time to enjoy some. Now we lost fucking 40 people. Wow. It's okay. It was a fast pee because I know that people are going to tune away. Good to see you, Julie B.O.G. Welcome. All right, kids. Let's go see some ice flows. It's this crazy winter time that we haven't had in many a year. Yeah, when nature calls, gotta answer the call. 197 likes, I like that. I like that very much. All right, let's enjoy some views here. Let's enjoy some views. Joshua J, good to see you. All right. All right. Yeah, the 40 people, they'll be back. They'll be back. Yeah, it's always healthy to answer the call. Not healthy not to answer the call. You know what it was? I did some shopping. That was the thing. I went to go get my beautiful wife her Valentine's Day card, which I'm very happy to. I cannot wait to give her this card.
Her mom's.
And if you are in the market to buy stuff for Valentine's Day, shop local. Can't stress that enough. Shop local. A big shout out to everyone over at the Paper Source on Smith Street. Lovely people working in there. The lady was like, if you don't see a card that you like, here, there's some more over here. And then she shows me a whole big display of them. And I was like, yo, I'm down with that. Yes, indeed. Shop local, 205 likes. Wow, look at the ice here. Look at this. 82 in Austin. Oh my God, that sounds nice. 82 sounds amazing. Cyclone Joe, good to see ya. Wow. I haven't seen ice flows like this in the East River since 2003. This is the most ice I've seen in the rivers since 2003. Wow, there's a lot of people all clumped up right here. Let's go a little bit further down. Not so secretly lurking. Good to see you, Autumn. And San Rune, welcome. And Artie Bob, welcome on in. See, we had the potential for an amazing sunset, but we didn't have one. But let's look at these ice flows here. Let's look at the ice flows, kids. Yeah. Wow, look at the ice. Wow. Look at that. And it's really, you get a really good idea of how fast the flow moves. The East River is not a real river, but a tidal estuary that separates Manhattan Island from Long Island. And yes, we are on Long Island. We're on the westernmost tip of Long Island right now. Depending on the tide, the East River will flow north to south like it is right now, or from south to north. So it really is. Dwayne, it is a photographer's dream to come to be out here. It's a beautiful shot, right? Network Intel, good to see you. It is beautiful. The water is probably a little bit warmer. I mean, I don't know. It's all relative, Steve. You know, when you start talking about like when when the water temperature gets below 40 degrees, it's all relative. But it was 32.5 degrees yesterday in Coney Island. I know. Yeah, no. You know what, Cyclone Joe? If we see piles of garbage, I'll show it to you guys. But, you know, there are big piles of snow around the city. You just got to, like, you know, they are around. Yeah, the tide is going out. It's going out of the harbor right now. Yeah, New York City, city of dreams. That's right. Hey, look, we got almost everyone back now. Ooh, we're going to have a really cool shot here of a tugboat about to pass. I'm going to hold the shot here. Just saw the Hudson River frozen, yeah. Or the West River frozen, yeah. The Hudson River has a lot of ice in it, but I haven't seen this much ice in the East River since 2003. That's why that lady didn't want to come out of the water yesterday. Yeah, no, it was warmer. The water was warmer than the air temperature. It's a lot of ice. Yeah, it's a lot of ice in here. This we know. We don't get to see this very often, guys. So this is a very a unique moment there. There we have a that is some kind of a workboat. Don't know what kind of boat exactly that is. But yeah, exactly. All this ice is just a sign of summer coming. Impending summer, Brian. That's very good. That's very true. And David C. with a $2 super chat. David C., thank you so much for the very generous $2 super chat. Thanks for joining today's $2 club. Much, much, much appreciated. With a big $2 super chat. Joe Mooski, good to see you, Joe. Good to see you. I know, 5:25 and it's still light out. How crazy is that? It wasn't a towboat. I think it was like some kind of a maintenance boat. But Oleg won the latency lottery. Fawn Marie, Golden Girl, Brian Davis, and Autumn Alluring, Emma Hoffman. Maybe a small icebreaker, maybe. I appreciate that, Jeanette. I appreciate it. 76, the harbor was frozen. That hasn't happened in a long time. But I remember in 2003, we had no R train in Lower Manhattan. And in the winter of 2002 going into 2003, I had to use the ferry to commute into Lower Manhattan in the days, weeks, and months after September 11th. So I remember the harbor and the East River getting like this, but the Hudson River really gets icy. So I appreciate that, Cyclone Joe. Yeah, you're more than welcome there, Cass. It's actually not that bad out here. It's not windy, so it's kind of pleasant. But there you have it. There you have it. The ice flows here on the East River We're gonna head over the Brooklyn Bridge today. So let's keep moving. I could actually stay still for longer because it's just that little bit warmer. Right, it's pretty. It's like, it's really cool reflections on it. It's a sight. Definitely a sight to see. Right, very calming. Yeah, it's very calming. Well, we haven't done a proper Brooklyn Bridge walk in a while, so figure we do a Brooklyn Bridge walk. Last time we did the bridges, we did Manhattan and Brooklyn Bridge in the same live stream. We did a loop, and that was just to keep me warm. Today I could go a little bit slower. Yes, ice in the water. Wait, where am I going? Good to see you, Bill Vic. Welcome. Welcome on in. Welcome to Brooklyn Bridge Park. And Cyclone Joe with a $20 super chat. Cyclone Joe, thank you so much for the very generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $20 club. Much appreciated, Cyclone Joe, with a very generous $20 super chat. You always want surcharge. You always wanted to know what building. You always wanted to know the story about the white building on the left. White building on the left? What white building on the left? Are you talking about the Verizon? Are you talking about the Verizon building or the municipal building? Which one are you talking about? Do I know that movie Nonas? And where is that? You know, I don't know that movie, Laura. I don't know where Nonas is. Unfortunately. I wish if I knew, I would have told you. What's Nona's about? Sounds like a pizza place. And I'm pretty sure there is a pizza place called Nona's somewhere here in Brooklyn. Good to see you there, Amy, down there in Arkansas. Good to see ya. Enjoying the view. There you go. The restaurant's in Staten Island. Nona's is in Staten Island. Yeah, there would be a Nona's in Staten Island. Now I want to go there. The building with the lookout. All right. I have to figure this out. The building with the lookout. Now I'm going to zoom into some buildings here. Let me see if I get this correct here. So it's not this building, right? Are you talking about this building? This is the municipal building right here, which is going to have its observation deck opened up very soon. And that statue on the top, that's Civic Fame. Civic Fame is holding up a crown. The crown has 5 points in it, one for each of our 5 boroughs in New York. The statue is made of copper, clad in 24-karat gold leaf. So are you talking about that building? That's the municipal building, home of all the members of the city council, as well as Department of Transportation and Department of Sanitation has some of their offices in there as well. Good to see you, James. Welcome. Get some chores done. Thank you so much for your support there, Susan. I appreciate you. Oh, you're talking about this one. Oh, Fawn, are you talking about this one right here? This building right here in front of us, this was for a fireboat that used to be stationed here. There used to be a fireboat station here. And it is a landmark, this building. But yeah, this is for a fireboat. This was a fireboat station. And this is landmark. It's home now to Van Leeuwen ice cream. You could go and say, is it National Pie Day for real, Gil? Good to see you. Is it National Pizza Pie Day? Now, I doubt this building has a plaque, but let's walk around it and see if it has a plaque. But yeah, this is for like a fireboat. There was like a fireboat station here. Let me see if I can find any information. I doubt it because while it may be landmarked, this is like a very in-use building. Adolfo, good to see you. Hey, babies. Oh, he got the snacks. He got the snacks. Yo. You're more than welcome, Fawn. The inside of this building looks beautiful. And look, they're open. You can get some ice cream. You want to eat some ice cream? You can go in there. Yeah, there's like no plaque on this building. There's no plaque on there. I'm gonna do some more homework on that. But yeah, it's a fireboat station. And then back in the day, the trolley used to come down here and make a U-turn here and turn around. Thanks for subscribing. This is the end of Old Fulton Street. And then we're gonna walk along Water Street for a little bit here. Water Street is where the original coastline was. And there's two pizza places up the block here. You have Grimaldi's and Giuliana's. I recommend Giuliana's. I always recommend Giuliana's. Or if it's too crazy, Ignazio over here is perfectly fine as well. But now we have L&B. I have yet to try L&B here in Brooklyn Heights. So I gotta hit it up. I gotta hit up L&B one of these days. Me too. Ben, the squirrels get very used to people. And Ben, if you want to see a great movie about my favorite squirrel, there's a lovely movie from the 1940s called The Great Rupert. And The Great Rupert is about a very talented squirrel. The movie stars Jimmy Durante, and it's a great movie for the holidays, but you don't necessarily have to watch it during the holidays. You can watch it anytime. So it's the family, perfectly candid. It's the family. So Giuliana's is still within the Grimaldi's lineage. Grimaldi's, basically what they did was they just sold the name, and now they're very much like a corporate thing. So I gotta say, the quality in Grimaldi's is not the same as it was back in the day. But Gil, you're more than welcome. Scratch from Ice Age. That didn't last long. The Roebling Rink. Oh, they're already taking it apart here. Wow, you right, Jeanette? Have you seen The Great Rupert? Isn't that a great movie? You like Bamontes yourself? Nice. Yeah, Perpatzi's in Harlem. The original, the OG. Yes, indeed. Yeah, they could have made the path a little wider, Steve. They could have. We got a great signal today. This is great. You know, it's the one good thing about wintertime is that not that many people are out. Thanks for subscribing. Look at that. We're gonna walk that, guys. We're gonna walk that bridge. We're walking it today. We're walking it today. Yeah, baby. Let's go. What's my favorite Italian? That's a loaded question. What my favorite Italian restaurant is? I have a lot. Very smooth stream today. Yes, indeed. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, I don't know what my favorite Italian restaurant is. I have like a bunch. I have a bunch. That's like a very subjective question. I'm gonna go with the Italian restaurant that me and the Duchess ordered from in Coney Island. We're big fans of Casa Bella. La Casa Bella on Cropsey Avenue. Good to see you, Hiromu. Konnichiwa. Right? Too many to name, right, Steve LaPont? Too many to name. Steve's in the Lower East Side. You got that great pastry shop, that great Italian pastry shop, Venero's, not that far from you. That place is good. That place dates us over 100 years old, that place. Veneros. So good. I mean, that's the hard part about New York. Is like, we have so many options. It's subjective. You don't know. You don't know. It really, the real answer to that question is the real answer to that question is like, what are you in the mood for? That's right. Here's Carousel. My hand's not blinking yet. My hand's not blinking yet. My hand's not. I'm not old enough yet. Renew. Renew. Yeah, I'm gonna sunbathe for a bit. You used to live down the block from Veneros? Oh my God, that's dangerous. I'll be 300 pounds if I live down the block from Veneros. Look at this shot, classic shot right here. Look at that. Yo, New York, baby. Yes, indeed. Yep. Ferraris on Grand is just as good, but it's pricey. Exactly. You know what the problem with Ferraris is that too many tourists go there. So it's a victim of its own success. But they have it, guys. You got a little Brooklyn Bridge ice shot there. And let me see if I can get the whole. Let me see. There you go. Get the whole reflection there. Look at that. That's wild. Take some really good pictures out here today, I'm telling you. Kind of hard to take a bad picture in New York today. How many great movies were filmed here, TV shows. We got this whole thing along the waterfront closed off, but people still went around the barricades, it looks like. Roma di Italia has the best chicken parm in New York. Mars, good to see you. All right, classic. This is the quintessential New York view right here. I'm on the look for the screenshot. I know you said chicken palm. I know. We go for some chicken palm. We go for some chicken parm. Nueva York. That's right. Just took 2 shots. Nice. Nice. Debbie's Cove here. Arr. Here be Debbie's Cove. They found skull and bones in Debbie's Cove. Arr. They interviewed Deb from London. Right there. Right there. They interviewed her. Right there. Good to see you, retired JW. Welcome. Right here be Debbie's Cove, where all the pirates come from Florida. Oh, the pirates come up here. E-Bike Mike, good to see you. Welcome on in. I was like super quiet down here. I love it. Super quiet down here. You know, with all the snow, I almost don't recognize it. Yeah, I heard about that, John. I heard about that place, Steve LaPont. Yeah, 63 in Tennessee. Nice. That sounds nice and warm. Deb is one of a kind. All you guys are one of a kind. Everybody watching. Oh, we got our heart back. The heart monument is back. Yay! Let's see the heart monument. This is the Empire Stores here. That's right, DJ Dirty. One of us, one of us. Gooba gaba, one of us. One of us people. But this is the heart monument. As you see, they gotta put caution tape around it because I guess people were climbing up on it. Hey, did we get the picture? Did we get the picture? Did we get the picture? Did we Did we get the picture? 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 Okay, let's see if we get this shot here. This is the Empire Stores here. This is kind of like a little food market here in this historic building, which dates back to 1861. But here's the Heart Monument. And if you figure out the shot, you can line it up. I'm trying to line up the shot there with the bridge, guys. There we go. Hey, there it is. There it is. Yay. Guys got your screenshots? Let me know if you guys... We'll wait for everyone to get out of the shot here. Gotta wait for everyone to get out of the shot, get all alone. Hey, ready? Here we go. Screenshot time. 3, 2, 1, snap. 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 There you guys go. With nobody in the shot. Just the way it ought to be. Good to see you, Marty. Welcome. Yeah, tell them to move. Can you move out here, please? Try and take a picture here. Excuse me. I'm trying to take a picture on ya. Excuse me. Trying to take a picture on ya. Yeah, I think it's going to be a mixed bag next weekend, Steve. It looks like we got a bit. It's going to warm up. But let's see if it gets cold again. Let's see if it gets cold again. Bro, if you're visiting New York, don't give people dirty looks like that. That guy gave me an awful dirty look. If you got to visit New York, just please don't give random actual New Yorkers dirty looks because you don't know how they may react. I did not need to be scowled at the way that guy just scowled at me. He gave me such a dirty look. All that was missing was steam coming out of his ears. Oh, that's a... Yeah, it's all the polar bear's fault. I agree. It's all the polar bear's fault. All right, let's get some more quintessential. He probably recognized me, couldn't remember. Maybe. Douglas, aloha. Good to see you, Douglas. Welcome on in. Yep. The Darwin Awards brought to us by Pepsi-Cola. Oh shit, this is all ice here. Okay, we're not gonna go there. Did you like that, Ben? Ben, I love being a kind of a cinematographer. Speak with the images and not words. Just speak with the images. I've seen somebody slip on the rocks and bust their teeth out. Like, I've seen that, and I'm traumatized by it. I'm not gonna lie. Listen. You can be an asshole all you want here in New York. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Steve, it was amazing seeing those polar bears take to the water. It was truly a sight to see. Truly a sight to see. Yes, look at this, people. Look at that, people. What a view. Wow. That is a pretty shot. Wow, let's frame this up. It's like all the people who go on the ice in Central Park. Yeah, pretty much. Wow, look at that. That is something. That's winter right there, in a encapsulated right there. You got the ice. You got the ice there, and wow. Do we have people going out on ice here? Oh my God, they're going out on ice. Oh my God. Guys, guess what, guys? Guys, I don't recommend that. I don't. I don't recommend that. They're on ice. They're on the ice right there. I don't recommend that. Don't do that. Don't do that, people. It's dangerous. No, it's not, Cynthia, especially here in the East River. Simon, isn't this a stunning view? There you guys go. We'll just take this in for a little bit longer, then we'll get going. I feel it getting colder out here by the moment. So it is getting colder out here by the moment. And I think my gimbal is starting to be like, bro, why aren't I plugged in? So I'm going to plug in the gimbal. Let me plug in the gimbal here as well. There we go. Boom. Let's just enjoy this for a little bit here. It's pretty. You're more than welcome, Cynthia. Yeah, exactly. It's not that deep. Howdy, Bob. Good to see you. It is a beautiful evening. I mean, it's getting colder out here by the moment, though. Wow, that's cool. It's going to warm up later on this week, Ray. Later on this week, it's going to warm up, but not like, it's going to warm up just like 40 degrees. It's not going to be like crazy warm. I'm still convinced this ice is going to stay around until the end of the month. Is there a pool? I mean, no, not yet, Steve LaPonte. We're building something. We're planning on building something called the Plus Pool, and that's going to float in the East River. But we're still doing testing for that. And there is no real public pools in the Brooklyn Heights area per se. There is a pool on top of that building right here where we just were in, where the Heart Monument is. That is the club Soho, and it's a private club, and they got a pool up there. But from what I heard, people pay crazy money for dues, and the pool is always crowded with finance bros and people who don't know how to behave and share. But the Plus Pool is going to be a massive pool that floats in the East River. And we got the train up there. The train up on the Manhattan Bridge, which is just above us. And then over here, we look in this direction. Williamsburg Bridge. Actually, let's get a view of this for a moment. Yeah, look at all that ice. Wow. Out across the East River towards Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and the old Domino Sugar Factory just underneath the Williamsburg Bridge. A beautiful sight. Yeah, Ice Age, yeah. Kinda, yeah. Kinda. Is your screenshot folder getting quite full? Good. Emma, that's my job, especially as a channel member. James, they've been talking about that since the 1920s. It's probably not going to happen because the ecological damage that could possibly do to the estuary would be vast. But yeah, they've been talking about extending Manhattan Island all the way out into the harbor for many, many years. I don't think they're going to ever build it. Yeah, it is nice, right? Put the little blue lights on top of the buildings. The Williamsburg buildings always look pretty, RoboJax. They always have a little bit of flair to them. All right, people, we're gonna go up Washington Street now and get our prerequisite water and Washington picture before we make our way up the hill and up onto the Brooklyn Bridge. You thought it was new. I mean, yeah. Yes, Battery Park City was added to Manhattan. Everything west of West Street in Lower Manhattan was created from the landfill, created from the original World Trade Center complex. When they built the original World Trade Center complex, they had to dig down some 70 feet, removing some 2.7 million cubic yards of dirt and debris. So what we did was we built a big coffer dam, and we filled in the west side of Manhattan Island, below Chambers Streets, and thus created a brand new neighborhood, Battery Park City. So it's pretty incredible. Dean, good to see you. Right, some groove lights would be cool. Yeah, it's just indeed some groove lights would be cool. All right, now let's see. Oh wow, this guy's lights are so bright. I thought it was a car coming up behind me. Justine, good to see you. Just saw a documentary in New York over a line dude. Nice. So Freedom Tower is not the official name. It's One World Trade Center, and yes, we are still waiting to build number 2 World Trade Center. It's not going to be a twin tower complex. One World Trade Center will always remain the tallest building in the complex and in the city of New York. But number 2 World Trade Center will come pretty close. But we're still waiting for an anchor tenant before we build number 2 World Trade Center. We don't want the buildings to go up empty. So, Freedom Tower is a nickname, by the way. So Freedom Tower, that was a George Pataki thing. He kind of blurted it out, saying he just called it. The official name is One World Trade Center. Okay, we got a car here coming up. I knew he was going to come up fast. Bloody hell, he came right up on my ass. The streets are opened. I'm not used to this. But we get to the manhole cover right here, and ta-da! There it is. That's how you line up the shot. See how it all perfectly lines up, and nobody realizes it. So now you know. Look for the manhole cover on this side of the intersection, and that is your perfect shot there. Roughly where I'm standing is where the camera would have been set up for that iconic image from the movie Once Upon a Time in America. Yes, indeed, Frontier. Very well said. Yeah, Freedom Tower is made up like Freedom Prize. There it is. We got to go all the screenshots today, huh? It's like I know what I'm doing. You know, Mario, probably one of my favorite stories about the Ninja Turtles is the manhole cover they created for the Ninja Turtles Part 2 movie. It wasn't the city of New York, but it was like, I think it was actually fabricated by the city of New York. But the movie company paid for its creation. But they made a unique manhole cover in honor of the Ninja Turtles. And it was placed somewhere in Chinatown. And supposedly, within a few months, somebody stole it. And we still to this day have no idea where it is. Good to see you, Leela. Welcome. Huberto, good to see you. Good to see you. And Marisol from Puerto Rico. Wepa, Puerto Rico. Bienvenidos. Puerto Rico. What camera am I using? It's so clear. It's an iPhone 16 Pro. All the equipment I'm using, Bob, is in the description below. We also have a good signal today, so, which is nice. All right, now we're walking uphill. Walking up to the Brooklyn Bridge. Yes, viva Puerto Rico. Listen, as a Puerto Rican, as a New Yorican, I was very proud. I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny, but I was very proud of the whole spectacle, the history, and especially at the very end, having that bit of a nod to inclusion and all of the Americas. I really appreciated that. And I know reading some of y'all's reaction to it, especially the international reaction from Europe and Asia, I don't know. Bad Bunny made the United States look a little bit better than we are right now. and Yasdeen with a $5 PayPal. Yasdeen, thank you so much. The very generous $5 PayPal. Thank you so much for joining today's $5 PayPal club. Much appreciated with a big $5 PayPal. Much appreciated there, Justine. And the puppy bowl was great. Was it the gold? It was a golden retriever, I think it was. Was it the MVP or something like that? I think it was Team Rough won puppy bowl. I forgot. Or was it Team Fluff? Yeah, love will always conquer hate. Exactly. But I know all you guys from all around the world, you're looking at us here in the States being like, what the hell's going on over there? For everyone, as a native New Yorker, lifelong New Yorker, my answer to you is this. We're figuring it out. Maybe we need to see the ugly side of ourselves before we can improve ourselves and bring out the more beautiful side of ourselves. So, yeah. And yeah, Sabby, the couple really got married. That was crazy. Exactly, Gilbert. Exactly. Luis Carlos. Boa noite, Brazil. Boa noite, Brazil. All the Americas. A big shout out to all the Americas. North, Central, and South America. We are all in this together. I have still yet to see Green Day. But it's all very exciting. Well, Robojacks, we're going to find out. We are going to find out how many vendors up are on the bridge. So, let's do it. So that was I have yet to see that. I'm a big Green Day fan. Me and the Duchess, we grew up on Green Day, so. All right, here she comes. The 142-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. Exactly, Mario. Inclusivity. Nothing wrong with that. Look at all the salt. A lot of salt on these steps here. You can get an idea of how many people walk these steps every day. It's pretty wild. Yes. We walked up the hill to walk up the stairs, and now we're on our Brooklyn Bridge. Woo! Let me slow down so I don't sweat too much. JC Browser. Good to see you. Yay. Well, the Super Bowl, the game itself is boring as hell. We didn't watch the game at all. We literally only tuned in for the halftime show, then we tuned out. Nice, Leela, that's awesome. Jeffrey, good to see you. It's cold today, Lewis, but not as bad as yesterday. It almost feels warm compared to yesterday. It almost feels warm. Yeah, there was a musical. Yep, there was the American Idiot musical, which I never got to see. Oh, you want to do tour guide mode? Hells yeah, Gil. Keep those steps up, my friend. Keep those steps up. I have no idea, Neville. I have no idea. But behold, the eighth wonder of the modern world, the 142-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. Cynthia, I actually shared that on my Instagram, the picture from NASA with all the ice in the waterway. I shared that picture on my Instagram. But here it is. Steam power, horsepower, and raw manpower. That's what's built the Brooklyn Bridge. Built in an era before electricity. The Brooklyn Bridge is truly a handmade modern marvel. It took 14 long years to build the bridge, between 1869 and 1883. Years during which Thomas Edison invents the light bulb and a phonograph, Alexander Graham Bell a telephone. The buffalo were killed off the Great Plains. The catcher's mask and curveball were introduced to the game of baseball. Just some of the things that were happening in the world when we were building the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is a vision of a true genius, a Renaissance man of his time. His name was John Augustus Roebling. John A. Roebling immigrated to the United States in 1832 from the walled village of Mulhausen, Germany, to resolve his destiny in all that space, as his family said. And to say that he obsessed over this bridge would be an understatement. In the winter of 1845, there was a big engineering summit out in the city of Brooklyn, where they gathered some of the world's greatest engineers and architects to discuss building a bridge. John Roebling and his son Washington attended this 3-day summit. And at the end of the 3-day summit, they took the ferry back over from Brooklyn to Lower Manhattan. Just one problem. It was so cold on that February afternoon that the East River was literally all choked up, filled up with ice, even more so than right now. So it would normally take you just 20 minutes to cross the river. On this afternoon, it took them 2 hours to cross the river. And at that point, this bridge becomes John Roebling's obsession. He advocates for this bridge tremendously in various engineering and architectural magazines at the time. He saw this bridge as the only way for the cities of New York and Brooklyn to truly thrive in their place on the planet Earth. In 1867, the independent city of Brooklyn and New York, which was then just Manhattan, awarded John Roebling & Sons, the premier steel-winding manufacturing company here in the United States, the contract to build the Brooklyn Bridge. John Roebling gets so excited, he draws up all the plans of the bridge and estimates cost in just 3.5 weeks. John Roebling even paints these highly detailed oil paintings of some of the building processes for the workers who could not read or speak English. He was quite hands-on. Construction officially commences on a hot summer day in August 1869. And unfortunately for John Roebling, he is killed just 2 weeks into construction. You see, what was happening was that down below us at Fulton Ferry Landing, John Roebling and his son Washington were doing survey work, trying to figure out where the anchorage is going to go, where the tower is going to exactly stand, and they were standing right at the edge of a ferry dock. A ferry boat came into dock. John Roebling and his son stepped back to allow the ferry boat to dock. And unfortunately for John Roebling, his foot falls through a broken wooden plank in the pier. His foot gets wedged in the pier. The ferry boat comes in and crushes his foot. John Roebling was a hydropathist. He believed that water cured everything. Against the wishes of his son, Washington Roebling, fresh from the Civil War, he saw some real terrible stuff. He's like, Dad, you gotta amputate your foot. You gotta die of gangrene. He's like, no. Water will cure me. And John Roebling proceeds to cure himself by drinking mineral water and pouring ice cold water on his open wound. Needless to say, 18 days later, John Roebling died to the most agonizing bout of tetanus. So now enter the son, Washington Roebling. Washington Roebling, his father's favorite apprentice. He was a genius just like his father. Formerly trained as a mathematician and engineer and architect amongst many other trades, he was assumed all the responsibilities of completing his father's bridge. And he was quite young at the time, just 32 years old. So I like to say the father, he designs the bridge. The son places the bridge where it is today. But unfortunately for Washington Roebling, he's almost killed building the bridge. The hardest part of this entire bridge's construction we cannot see, and it's the foundations for the 2 towers. To create the foundations for the towers, we used the caisson method. And the caisson method, very simplified, was basically a large inverted box that was placed at the bottom of the river. Air pressure forced water out of the box. Workers then entered the box through a shaft under very high air pressure. The workers then undermined the edges of the box. As more dirt and debris came up from the river bottom, the box slowly settled down, and they put more stones from these towers on top of it. Once the box hit bedrock, you fill it up with concrete, and you have your foundation. It was very famously said that Washington Roebling was the only person to keep his head on straight in these truly terrifying conditions. Understand that electricity was not invented yet, so your only source of light were these calcium torches that gave off a rotten egg smell, while the rest of the caisson lied in darkness. And they thought there was just sand at the bottom of the river. No, there were rocks and boulders and stuff. For every month they estimated to do excavation work, 5 months were needed to do that same amount of work. And it was tough, back-breaking work. Everything was done by hand with pickaxes, shovels, and a very loud steam-powered drill. Well, as they dug deeper and deeper down, the air pressure on the workers was becoming more and more great. And what was happening was that the workers would go down to the hole, they'd work 10 hours to come out of the hole, take a sip of water, boom, they'd be dead the next, or they'd come out delirious or half paralyzed. They were coming down with the bends. But back then we called it caisson's disease because we really didn't understand the effect on air pressure on the human body at the time. And 2.5 years into construction, Washington Roebling, who was personally overseeing this work underneath the East River, he comes down with a very bad case of the bends, and he is paralyzed from the waist down. And he's no longer able to personally supervise the bridge's construction. For the duration of the Brooklyn Bridge's construction, Washington Roebling managed it from his bedroom window in Brooklyn Heights, which is right over here. For the duration of the construction here, Washington Roebling manages the Brooklyn Bridge's construction from right over here. But then he has the person who really builds the Brooklyn Bridge. Enter the great Emily Warren Roebling, Washington's wife. The great Emily Roebling, as Washington Roebling said, she's my. Okay, that was very rude.
You were walking diagonally.
I'm sorry, I'm giving a tour. Okay, you could go around,
Yeah, but why should I go around if you're not gonna just pause a second?
Okay.
Like either of us could move, and I was walking firmly this way. You were sliding along.
Okay.
I don't mind. I got through fine. But
right.
don't say I'm rude.
Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, our prerequisite, I don't give a shit tourist. That's rude. I'm sorry. That's rude. Anyway. Threw me off the whole vibe of the tour. Anyway, we're talking about Emily Warren Roebling, people. Emily Warren Roebling, as Washington Roebling said, she's my eyes, my ears, my good right arm, and the only person he could tolerate his company. And she is the one who really builds the Brooklyn Bridge. She basically self-taught herself everything you need to know to build the bridge. She learned advanced mathematics, architecture, engineering, but she had another trick up her sleeve. She knew how to talk to the assistant engineers and architects. She was called the soother of hurt souls. And whenever the egos, like that woman, whenever their egos got a little bit too big, she knew how to talk to them. She knew how to keep them in check. And she basically kept the job moving. The great Emily Warren Roebling was also the first person to cross over the completed Brooklyn Bridge. She rides across the bridge on May 24th, 1883, in an open silver and white carriage. And she was cradling a rooster. The rooster was a symbol of victory. Anyway. Behold the Brooklyn Bridge. Around 32 people died building the bridge. And most of those people, we actually don't know if they actually, there's probably a lot more that probably died. She could have done that, but she didn't. To be perfectly candid, she could have, but she didn't. They clearly don't know who I am. And now the Discord server is going to go crazy saying that he's rude and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. But yes, I was crabbing. No, she didn't say, no, they don't do that. No, they don't do that. They don't do that. These people don't do that anymore. We have a new type of tourist that's a very self-unaware tourist, a very entitled tourist. They're hilarious. But did you learn something every walk? I think so. Let's continue on. It's always something new on the stream. Hold on, is that the second person within the last couple of weeks to have a British accent to be completely going crazy off on me today? Anyway, no, I'm going to show you something that's really disrespectful. I'm going to show you something that is really... What the hell is this? Is this a tour group here? It's a tour group. This is a tour group right here. And you know what, Trisha? It comes with the territory, Trisha. It comes with the territory. They're on my bridge. I have literally walked over this bridge thousands of times. I've taken thousands of people across this bridge. But I know what she wanted to do. She wanted to get like the uninterrupted shot going up this way, which is fine. Yeah, it's perfectly candid. That's very true. That's very true. That's the new thing now people do. They double down. And now she's going to have her story. You know, if she finds a YouTube video, that'd be awesome. So if you find a YouTube video, lady, make sure you leave a comment. And there's nobody on the bridge. That's what I can't get over. There's nobody. There's really not a big crowd up here. Anyway, here's the builder's plaque. And I'm going to have to come out here and clean this. I'm going to have to come here and clean this shit. But here's the builder's plaque. John Roebling, the designer of the bridge. Colonel Washington Roebling, the person who placed the bridge. But here she gets top billing here. The great Emily Warren Roebling, who we were talking about when we got interrupted. And we have to remind ourselves that on the back of every great work, we could find the self-sacrificing devotion of a woman. The great Miss Emily Warren Roebling. Anyway. Unbelievable people. Unbelievable. She thought she was to build her baby. Look, another big tour group here. Another big tour group here. And she's bugging? Absolutely. Anyway. No vendors yet. No, it's too cold. It's too cold for vendors up here. It's too cold for vendors up here. It's too cold. But we'll see. Maybe on the Manhattan side we'll get some more vendors. I know one thing. I have a feeling that she's really walking fast now. Let's see if we catch up to her. So there's a new breed of tourists. They're like these I don't give a fuck tourists who are very entitled and you have to get out of their way. And they have no consideration for anybody else. And I get it. I was walking sideways. I get it. But at least say, excuse me. That's the least you could do. And remember that if you come to New York, you know, there are people who live here. I understand that it's like an amusement park nowadays, but people do live here. Oh yeah, I know, Ollie. Yeah, people come with tripods and shit. It threw me off the whole thing. It threw me off the whole vibe, unfortunately. Anyway, it's really pretty out here, though. No, that was not the ghost of Emily No, do not disrespect Lisa UK girl. That was not the ghost of the great Emily Warren Roebling. That was not the ghost. Absolutely not. Do not disrespect. Good to see you, Vaughn Williams. It's true, Catherine. It's true, Catherine. Anyway, let's look at Midtown. It's right over there. Midtown's right over there. I know the Discord server group's gonna go nuts. Like, did you see what Dutch did? He was being so mean. He was being so mean. Anyway, look at this beautiful view. Inspired, you're more than welcome. Look at this. Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, 270 Park Avenue, One Vanderbilt Summit. Should I give her my Brooklyn greetings? Yeah, maybe. How clear it is, my God. I appreciate that, Jolie. It's pretty up here. Pretty up here today. You know, transplants, I mean, listen. I think, you know, like there's certain events where like you become the native New Yorker. I think if you live here for longer than 5 years, you could consider yourself a New Yorker because, you know, the quintessential New Yorker is not from New York. We are all fundamentally from somewhere else. But it's the people who just move here and demand everything to morph around them. Or I think that's like the big pet peeve. You know, oh my God, that's right. Oh my God, people. I listened to I think I mentioned this the other day. I listened to a podcast from iHeartRadio. And it's the Things You're Supposed to Know podcast. And I just wanted to hear what different takes podcasts had on the building of Central Park. And there was a podcast that yeah, I know you guys want to be on camera. Okay. They were dying. They were like 2 feet behind me. Oh my God, there was this podcast about the building of Central Park where the people who did the podcast, one of them did not even visit the park, and two, they didn't really know the really in-depth history of the park. They were just kind of glossing over it, and it was incredible. So it was like this weird transplant version of the building of Central Park. It was incredible how little they actually cared for the history of the building of the park. And yeah, it was incredible. I was really taken aback by it because the one guy goes, oh no, I've never been to Central Park. Then why the hell you're doing a podcast? But then again, it's iHeartRadio, so what do I expect? Guys, you're Sam, good to see you. Don't do this. This is disgusting. This is not a thing. This is not something you should do. This is not, like, no, just don't. Don't tie random shit to the bridge, please, for the love of God. Look at this. Look at this. The filth these people fucking leave. This is not something you do. Please do not do this. Don't lock locks on here. Don't lock locks on here. But this new thing with the scrunchies and the plastic bags, please don't do this. Please. This is like disgusting, and it's getting worse and worse because you know what? One person saw one other person do that on their fucking TikTok, and then everybody fucking does it, and they ruin the bridge for everybody. I will never go to your country and tie something to a bridge. All right? Let me get that crystal fucking clear. I will never go to your country and tie random shit to the bridge. Or at one point, people were doing, they were writing with markers, I remember, on the bridge. Don't do that. I remember this guy scolded me once because I said, don't write on the bridge. He said, oh, who are you to tell me? And I'm like, I'm a New Yorker who's telling you not to write on the bridge. Don't disrespect the bridge. But this whole tying the paper plastic bag shit to the bridge, that's disgusting. It's vandalism. That's right, Ollie. It's vandalism. So don't do that. Anyway, I don't get this. I don't get some of the shit people do nowadays. I really don't. And then because they see one person do it on TikTok, that means they all have to do it now. Don't do it. Please. Anyway, I think people have lost their loving minds. Nobody loves anymore. Everyone's too out for themselves nowadays. I'm over that shit. I mean, seriously, it conspired. For real. Everybody's all out for themselves now. It's like, I'm over this shit. I'm over it. Anyway. We're going into Manhattan, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into Manhattan. Yes, short form content, I think, has ruined the brains of people. Yes, it has. It's ruined the brains of people. It's not good. It's true. People do care more about their phones and their families. Nayar, it's easier said than done. If there's no police on here, who's going to give out the tickets? By the way, here's a landmark plaque right here. And then right here, this is the dedication plaque right here. This was the plaque that was unveiled on the opening day of the bridge here. May 24th, 1883. And we will be here walking the bridge on May 24th. It's probably going to be a nice warm day. I know, perfectly candid, very true. Is there any security? In the summertime, there's security up here, but not right now. I mean, we haven't seen one police officer up here, but we also haven't seen any vendors up here as well. And there are cameras here on the bridge, but they're really focused on traffic control. But yeah, spring is going to be here before we even know it. It's going to be great. Oh, we got our first vendor. Here we go. We got a vendor up here. We got two vendors up here. We got two vendors selling t-shirts, hats, things to keep people warm, and then license plates and keychains. Yeah, like the people who defaced Gettysburg and Stonehenge is like, for real. It's like, why? Like, for real. When I heard that people were desecrating Gettysburg, I got furious. I was like, what the hell? And I've seen some, believe me, guys, I've seen some horrible stuff at the World Trade Center. Like, I've seen some abhorrent behavior at the World Trade Center. And people have doubled down and cursed me out for their bad behavior. Lewis, good to see you. As Murphy's Law dictates, everyone always takes the picture in the most narrowest spot here. I do clean it up, Jonathan. I'm going to come up here and clean up that graffiti off the bridge in a couple of days. My name is Dutch. My name is... Wow, look at this. Look at this crowd. Wow. Are we stuck here? Is this like a block here? What's going on? Excuse me, please? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me, please? Thank you. Yo, why are these people so fucking rude? Yo. I'm not going to clean off the... Jonathan, don't be a smart ass, first of all, Jonathan. But I'm going to clean off the graffiti off the bridge. Jonathan, if you're going to be a smart ass, please leave the stream. Go watch somebody else. If you're going to be a smartass, this live stream isn't for you. But I am going to come out here and clean off the graffiti off the builder's plaque. That I am going to do. That graffiti on the builder's plaque has been on there for far too long. I like how they just didn't move. I like how they just stayed there. That was incredible. Am I going to have my falling down moment? I'm hungry. I'm going to have my falling down moment. Got some more vendors here. So I think we have like, officially we have 4 up here right now. We have 4. You know what I noticed, Trisha, and I know you live on the Upper West Side, so I know you encounter this probably daily. It's the out-of-towners. It's some of the tourists that are the rude ones. Us New Yorkers are like the nice people. We're trying to be nice. You know, we live in a city with 9 million people. We all live on top of each other. Yeah, no, this is an example of why New Yorkers might be rude to tourists. Exactly. Sabine, good to see you, Sabine. Did you see the deer in headlights? Unbelievable. We're not even in Staten Island. We're not even in Staten Island. It's an entertaining, Emma. Emma, that's why you're a channel member. I appreciate you. Anyway. Are you going to go up there and clean it yourself? A part of the bridge I am. But I'm not going to take off all that plastic. Yes, don't block the sidewalks or the entrances to places, ladies and gentlemen.
Get a sandwich. Keep your belly full.
I will, Catherine. And Catherine Drew with a $5 super chat. Catherine Drew, thank you so much for the very generous $5 super chat. Thanks for joining today's $5 club. Much, much, much appreciated. With a big $5 super chat. And no, vending is not allowed on the bridge. Vending is not allowed on the bridge. It's a you know what it is? It's a $1,000 fine if you're caught vending on the bridge. So. Oh, we got an audience. I know, me too, Jolie. I never understood that myself as well. You know, whenever I travel, I'm always like on like eggshells. You know, like I don't want to get in anybody's way. I want to just, you know. I just want to be like the most polite person I could possibly be. Exactly, it's a fine and they take their wares. That's right. It's a fine and they take their wares. Anyway, certainly a wild journey up and over the bridge today, huh? Wow. What a trip over the bridge today. And I was telling myself when I was planning out this walk today, I was like, oh, it's going to be empty up on the bridge today. Lopez, good to see you. So, Emma, yes, I have, Emma. Yes, I have. So this is, I'm going to tell you guys my wildest story. This was a Central Park, this was a private Central Park walking tour, okay? This was a private Central Park walking tour. It's true, Gil. It's very true, Gil. Very true. So, I was giving a private tour. I appreciate that, Ink Inspired. I was giving a private tour to a couple from Arkansas. And by the way, this is nothing against the people of Arkansas. I have toured people since this tour, and the people of Arkansas are some of the most beautiful people I've ever met. So, let me just get that out of the way as well. But, story time. I had a couple from Arkansas. And what was interesting was that, and it's not out of the ordinary for the husband to be the only one who addresses the tour guide. That's fine. Like, to do the talking. The husband will do all the talking. That's fine. But I was not allowed to look into the wife's face. I was not allowed to address her. Good to see you, Jen City. I am staying warm, Jen. Everyone follow Jen City. Fantastic e-biker going around New York City. Follow Jen City for some awesome e-bike rides. And we're gonna get a lot of e-bike rides, and once it gets warm. So everybody follow Jen City. I appreciate you, Jen. But yes, I had a tour where I think they were very religious. But here's the problem, Tony. I was not able to address her. When I talk to people, I look at you, right? That's how it works, right? So he only wanted me to address him. And all right, he said it a few times. You're only going to address me. All right, that's fine. But I'm going to look into your wife's direction at some point, just naturally. And the guy got very upset. He got very upset. I mean, very upset. And, you know, here's this woman. She's looking down at the floor most of the time. And it's Central Park on a beautiful spring day. And here you are looking down at the floor, looking at your feet. I felt so bad for this. I still to this day, I feel awful for this woman. I feel terrible for this woman. Why come to a place like New York if you're going to have this kind of mindset? But he kept on saying, you could only address me. You're not allowed, please do not address my wife. Just don't look at my wife. And I'm like, okay. And then he kept escalating the rudeness, if you will. Every time he kept on saying, you're only going to address me and not my wife. So literally in the middle of the tour, I ended it. I ended the tour. And I'm like, we live in New York. And in New York, everybody is equal, men and women. So this kind of behavior doesn't really fly here in New York. And then I just left them. I walked away. I just left them. And I left them purposely in a part of the park where I know they would have problems trying to get out. The Ramble, everyone, the Ramble. I purposely took them into the Ramble. Because, ironically enough, I was talking about all the movies, all those rom-com movies that were filmed up on the Bow Bridge. So I took them in there and I said, okay, bye, deuces. And it's funny because I worked for a company, so I already got paid. So it didn't really matter. It didn't really matter at all. But yeah, I gave him a little dissertation and that was it. I got out of there. It was just the rudeness of it. And then also he talked down to me. If there's anything I really hate is don't talk down to me. Especially if we're like the same age. Don't talk down to me. Now, it's funny. I told my bosses about what happened. And they were like, yeah, dude, that's perfectly fine doing that. That's perfectly fine. If he disrespected you personally, that's perfectly fine. But they got a half a Central Park walking tour. Is it true that the Ramble at night's very I mean, it could be there. Mr. Caledonia, welcome. It could be. All right, we made it. We have successfully crossed the bridge. Are they really loading and offloading here in the middle of the intersection? They're really loading and offloading here. Yeah, no, he's loading and offloading. We have Darwin Award winners here. Exactly, perfectly candid, yeah. Jesus, okay. Yeah, fuck around, find out. That's right. But that's the only time I've ever had to do that. Every tour I've had always ends mostly on good terms. Mostly on good terms. I did have a guest be mad at me once because it rained. E-Bike Mike, good to see you. I know, Jolie. That's what I don't understand, Jolie. That's what I don't understand. To go into a place like New York and be like that is just mind-blowing. Oh. Okay, we got Brad Lander. Who we got here? We got Brad Lander. He swam. Ooh, we're in it. We're in it, people. Oh, is that Mandami? Oh, shit, it's Mandami. Let's go. And I think we have the deputy mayor here. The deputy mayor here is too. I want to try. Wow. Yo, I want to say hi to Mandami. I'm sorry, guys. We're in it. We're in it.
Mom Donnie, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Mom Donnie. Trying to come back. Hey, Mom Donnie.
Mr. Mayor, great to meet you, man. He did a polar bear swim, Brad. I give him a lot of credit. Anyway, shout out to Brad Lander, and yeah, I got to say hi to Nandami. Yay! For everyone who unsubscribed, I just shook the man's hand. Yay! Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you never know what the hell you got to run into. You never know what the hell you got to run into here in the city. And she was not a fan. She was not a fan. Listen, guys, and again, you don't have to be a fan. You don't have to be a fan of it. You don't, listen. Can we all agree to disagree? Can we be civil? Please, please. Listen, in my opinion, Leela, he is doing a great job. I think he's doing the best job he can. By the way, Eric Adams, he sabotaged that kid. I'll tell you that right now. He sabotaged him. He left the city in debt. And he's doing the best that he can. So, there. Hate on me all you want. I don't care. It's pretty cool, right, George? I'm happy I saw him. Yeah. I think he's doing a fine job, considering what he's been dealt with. Exactly, perfectly candid. And by the way, you know, Eric Adams, he literally squashed his whole legacy for a fucking meme coin. How depressing is that? How depressing is that? A fucking meme coin. He ruined his whole reputation, his whole legacy for a meme coin. Eric Adams should be ashamed of himself. Okay? But anyway, we got to see Mandami. Listen, Eric Adams, for what he was dealt with, listen, no mayor is perfect. No mayor is perfect. I will tell you that right now. No mayor, no president, no politician is perfect. All right? They have their positives and they have their negatives. But you know what? We just gotta keep rolling with the punches and keep doing what we're doing. You know what? While de Blasio, he was not perfect. At least he didn't sell out his legacy for a meme coin like Eric Adams did. All right? And yeah, Mandami's your boss. It's true. Anyway, this is where he works. Right here. Right? Adult stream, never. Never. But there it is. The oldest continuously operating city hall in the United States. New York City Hall. The building was completed in 1811. It opened up for business in 1812. The city only reached as far north as here, as Chambers Street. So when this is a fancy city hall here. So of course, when we were building it, we ran out of money. So we originally finished the backside of the building, originally in brownstone, because we thought the city wouldn't grow too far north of Chambers Street. Pfft, little did they know. George, the last time the last mayor's hand I shook was Mayor de Blasio. We had Eric Adams on the stream, ironically enough, right here in front of the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, it was Mayor de Blasio, and I was here for Mayor de Blasio's inauguration as well. So full disclosure. Yeah, no, you know what, Inconspired, you have to, when people are like that, you have to maintain composure. You have to maintain a decorum. When you're leading a city, you have to maintain, I did not stage that, old dudes. I did not stage that at all. Dan the man, good to see you. But Mandami, listen, when my mom, I gotta say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. I know, Christy. I know. I saw that, Christy. It was awful. I'm going to say this. Again, no politician is perfect. No politician is perfect, right? No politician is perfect. But I like when my mom said that I was very surprised when my mom said she was going to vote for Mendami. I was very surprised by that because the way my mom said, and there's something that just I've never had this. You know, me and my mom, we talk politics. We're pretty much on the same line when it comes to politics. But with the way my mom said, we need new blood. We need new ideas. We need a new direction. It resonated with me tremendously. And I feel like Mendami is trying to implement that the best way he can. And it's nice to have an administration that is welcoming and open to everybody and new ideas and wild ideas. And listen, do I think the buses are going to be free? No. Okay. Are they going to be community supermarkets? That'll be nice, but probably not. Stuff costs money. And the value of the dollar is dropping. So these are things that we have to keep in mind. And again, we have to keep focused on what's the main issue at hand. And that is maintaining the city, keeping the city running, keeping the city thriving. You know, a big thing that Mendami is a proponent of, I'm actually against, which is the COPA rule for real estate developers and landlords. I don't think that's a good law. I think that's a little bit too crazy. But you know what? Hopefully we could find a compromise. But nobody's perfect. But I like a politician who wants to bring people together rather than divide us up. There you go. In the end, they're public servants. Exactly. So that's it. That's my 2 cents. That's as political as you're going to get on this channel. But again, I did vote for Mendami. And, you know, yeah, these are challenging times and people have to learn to work together. Exactly, Nick. Yeah, we got too much dead wood, Jolie. The way my mom said it, like, you know, like the way my mom said it, how like my mom's so frustrated when it comes to politics. We need a politician who doesn't play politics. We need a politician who actually works for the people. Exactly. You know what I like about, I'd say my number one thing I love about Mendami. When they ask Mendami questions about international geopolitical politics, have you noticed his answer always brings it back to the 5 boroughs? He says, well, you know, I'm focused on people in Brooklyn and people in Queens and the Bronx, Staten Island, and he's worried about the people here. You know, while yes, being mayor of the largest city in the United States is an international viewed job, he's focused. He's clearly staying laser focused on the people who live here, and that I appreciate. Eric Adams, those last couple of years he was in there, he was going after Turkey and shit. That shit ain't right. Exactly, Jim. Exactly. It just blows my mind that I'm older than him. Well, you know, Lee John, you know, we have congestion pricing here too. And again, that's another thing I don't agree with 100%. I think we should have congestion pricing, but it shouldn't be as expensive as it is here in the city. I think it should be just $5. I don't think people who live within the 5 boroughs should have to pay congestion toll. I think this is really for the people from the suburbs who have to pay it. But I think it should be like $5. I think it should be like something like that. Oh, I know, Perfectly Candid. But we had Sadiq Khan as head of the DOT here in New York before she went out to London, and she worked under Mayor Bloomberg, and by the way, I'm a big fan of Mayor Bloomberg. I thought Mayor Bloomberg was one of the best mayors of my lifetime. He was the arts mayor, you know. He brought all the cool art stuff to New York, and he was a great leader in those times after September 11th. So, Sadiq Khan built a lot of the bike lanes here. She made the streets more equitable to everybody. And I will always appreciate her for that. Now, are some of the things she did not great? Absolutely. But again, no politician, no public servant is perfect. So, Mayor Bloomberg was probably one of the best mayors we've had, because he was another one. He stayed focused on the city. And the thing about, bring back the train daddy. Amen. I miss that guy, Andy Byfer. He was great. Andy Byfer was great. We got to bring back Train Daddy. But Bloomberg did a lot of things that set the city up for all of our success all these years later. So, I know the congestion charges very expensively. I know. But in London, you have a beautiful underground system. And it works. Yes, Train Daddy is working on the Penn Station renovations. Ed Koch, another great mayor. How am I doing? He would ask New Yorkers. How am I doing? Listen, all mayors have their pros and cons. No mayor, including Mendami, is perfect. So, exactly. Just try to work together. Exactly, Jolie. Yes, indeed. The Roosevelt Island. The college on Roosevelt Island. That's a Bloomberg legacy. That's right. And don't forget also the college on Governor's Island. That's also a Bloomberg legacy as well. You like your Boston mayor there? I'm not too well versed in Bostonian politics, unfortunately. But I'm happy that you like them. You have a very young mayor in Boston as well right now, right? I think, yeah, that's true. Congestion pricing is done by the state, not necessarily the city. But I think congestion projects should be like $5 one time a day. People who live within 5 boroughs, license plates that reside within the 5 boroughs should be excluded. And we should also focus on having truck deliveries happen overnight. So, yeah, Michelle Wu. I've heard some good things about her. Another young mayor with new ideas, which that's what we need. But everything that's going on in the city right now, it's going, listen, we're doing as good as we can. Now we're just north of the World Trade Center now. I would not be a perfect mayor, Lee. I just play one on PlayStation. Ooh, we got weird art. Yeah, oh, let's say, where are we? We're at Manhattan, BMCC. Borough Manhattan Community College. Really, Gil? Huh. Wait, they got congestion pricing in Los Angeles? They got to work on it? Wow. That's exciting. Let's see, where are we going here? Okay, we're right by World Trade Center here. Let's go by World Trade Center here. We're going to head towards the Hudson River right now, Dan the Man. We're going to head towards the Hudson. See some nighttime ice flows before we call it a stream. Just going to head over here to the Hudson River here, get some final views. What a freaking stream today. Jesus. Did he try to fix Toronto? But you don't know if he succeeded. I mean, was he able to implement what he wanted to implement? Andy Byford had some great ideas for New York, and he was not able to implement them for a litany of reasons. The MTA, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, the governors of New York and New Jersey, the mayor of New York. Andy had a lot of pushback. Gil, it has been an awesome stream. Thank you guys for letting me, giving me a moment here to say hi to Mandami. Mayor Mandami. Okay, it's a mural. Is this their headquarters here? DC 37. It's a big union here. We're just to the north of the World Trade Center here. We're a block north. Isn't this cool? This is your first New York City live stream. Good to see you, Sharon from Canada. Did you really apply for the New York City Marathon lottery? Oh my goodness. Sharon, good luck with that. I hope you get into the marathon. I love Marathon Sunday is my favorite day of the year, Sharon. So I hope to see you out there in the streets. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Marathon Sunday is a big deal on this YouTube channel. So thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you so much for saying hi. It's true, Neil. That's very true, Neil. If I didn't encounter that crowd on the bridge, I might have missed the mayor. It's true. I'm looking for another wild ride in New York. We're going to get to the Hudson River and get some views here. Did I ever see Michael J. Fox play the mayor in Spin City? Yeah, a bunch of times. I used to watch Spin City a little bit. I got into Spin City a little bit. But good luck. But the Duchess actually entered the lottery as well. And Dan the man with a $20 super chat. Let's go. Dan the man. Thank you so much for the very generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much for joining today's $20 club. Much, much, much appreciated. With a big $20 super chat. Much appreciated, Dan the man. Much appreciated. We will be having our 10 o'clock news, so don't forget that. We'll round up I'll find out what Mayor Mandami was there for. So we'll try to figure it out. But good to see you, Stephanie Stearns, out there in Los Angeles, out there in California. I appreciate that, Dan. Thank you, man. You're more than welcome. It's One World Trade Center right here. Yeah, your favorite show. You know, Cynthia, it's quickly becoming a lot of people's favorite show. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Hudson River. We're going to get one last view of the ice flows. We're going to see the Statue of Liberty with some ice flows, and then we're going to come in and we're going to end inside the building right over here at the World Financial Center and the Winter Garden. I know it's called Brookfield Place, but I refuse to call it that. So now we were talking about this earlier about landfill. All these buildings on this side of West Street are built off of the landfill from the original construction of the World Trade Center. Oh my God, Mr. Colonia? Mr. Colonia? Okay. That is probably one of the most controversial stories of my lifetime. As we walk these next few blocks for Mr. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Mr. Colodunia. Now is my dissertation. Here comes my dissertation of the New York Wheel. Ah, yes, the New York Wheel would have been a 625-foot tall observation Ferris wheel. It would have been built just down the road from the Empire Outlets in Staten Island, right there by the ferry. It was going to give tourists something to do after they rode the ferry. And I never forget, I told Amanda Farinacci from Channel 1, I tweeted at her because she was doing a story about the wheel. And and I told Amanda Farinacci, I said that the Empire Outlets could not sustain itself without the wheel. It would fail. It would fail. And now my pigeons are coming home to roost. And the Empire Outlets is going to get shut down. But now what happened to the wheel? Well, the wheel was terribly mismanaged. There was a company called Mammoth, and Mammoth was tasked with fabricating vital parts of the observation wheel, and they built very weak legs. These legs, by the way, are still in the Brooklyn Army Terminal in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, in storage. And then they were going to downscale the wheel. The wheel went over budget. They had to refabricate more stuff. They ran out of money. The investors pulled out. And yeah, now all you have is 4 stumps in Staten Island. And that was such a huge opportunity, completely squandered. I mean, one of the biggest opportunities in New York City, just completely thrown away. And we have parts of this thing that are just in storage. It's incredible. It's incredible how that whole thing happened. But Edmondson Gomes, Rio de Janeiro, Boa Noite Brazil. Yeah, they tried to reinvent the wheel, kind of, and failed miserably. The New York Wheel would have been probably one of the top tourist attractions in the city. I don't care what people say. The idea behind the wheel, too, was that it would take 90 minutes to do a rotation. So as you did the rotation, you would have a famous actor tell you the history, and you could choose the actor. And one actor who actually lent his voice to the New York Wheel was none other than Jerry Seinfeld. And his recording is somewhere out there in the ether. It's somewhere out there. It would have been one of the greatest attractions. And the Empire Outlets would have been filled. People would have been buying stuff. Now they're going to turn the area of the Empire Outlets into well, it's going to be street level retail and apartments. But Cynthia Alameda, Boa Noite Brazil. Boa Noite. Oh, I could go on. I could make a whole hour-long video about the New York Wheel, which I should do. So, how do they clean the sidewalks? How can I clean? You know, I don't know, Bobcat. Here in New York, you know, a lot of the sidewalks here are up to private property. You know, it's for private property. Private property people have to do this. Like, this is Parks Department right here, so they clean this here. But there's like rules. So exactly, no, Jolie would have been incredible. Jolie would have been incredible. By the way, this is the Irish Hunger Memorial right here. This is literally a piece of Ireland right here in Lower Manhattan. We're gonna head down to the Hudson River here. Well, Liberty State Park, that's you know, that's New Jersey. And the thing about, here's the reason why the wheel would have worked. The wheel would have worked because a lot of tourists ride the Staten Island ferry. And all they do is they ride it and then they run to the next ferry and come right back to Lower Manhattan. I think the wheel would have given people more reason to hop off the boat and enjoy Staten Island. So I think that's why it would have worked. Final views, everybody. I'm gonna get some views here of Statue of Liberty. Wow, I love how quiet it is down here. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. I love it. Your boy's hungry. Your boy is hungry. I'm not cold, but I'm hungry. And I did not have any coffee today. I really need a coffee. So I'm going to use my Goodwill Dunkin' coupon. And I'm going to get myself a free coffee. But we'll be doing this again tomorrow. A little bit earlier, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, I need a break from the chaos. There'll be enough chaos in a few weeks. There'll be enough chaos in a few weeks. Oh, look at this. Yes. Look at all the snow here. Shit. I mean, seriously, Fawn Marie, it's been wild. All right, guys. We have an incredible view here. This is going to be an incredible shot here to wind down the show here. Wow, look at all the snow. The snow's like as high as the benches. Wow. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. I run on Duncan, literally. Oh, good. We have a little clear patch here so I can live stream. All right, guys. You ready for this? Look at all the ice. Wow. Wow. This is the coolest. Wow. What an amazing live stream. What an amazing 2.5 hours. Oh, we have a lot of people to thank. This show would not be possible if it wasn't for all the channel members, all the channel subscribers, all the channel supporters, screenshots, more screenshots. Why not? All the super chatters, all the PayPalers. Without you guys, I can't do this. So thank you. As we look at the beautiful lady in the harbor, liberty enlightening the world. Let's get that shot really nice and tight for you guys. I want to thank Dan the Man with a big $20 super chat. I want to thank Catherine Drew with a big $5 super chat. I want to thank Cyclone Joe with a big $20 super chat. Bloody hell. I want to thank David C with a big $2 super chat. And you live long and prosper too, Cynthia Sunflowers, with a big $5 super chat. I want to thank Golden Girl with a big $5 super chat. Thank you so much there, Susan. And let's go over to the PayPal side because we got a couple of PayPals as well. Like Justine with a big $5 super chat. And DeBailey and Deb out there in London. We went by Debbie's Cove with a big $8.43 super chat. And Steve LaPont with a big $10 PayPal. Thank you so much to all the PayPals. You're more than welcome, everybody. Look at that beautiful shot of Lady Liberty with the ice. Let's just take it in. Let's do a little meditation here and let you guys take this in. Here we go. That's my job, is to make you laugh. My job is to make you just feel a little bit better. A little distraction from the day. Don't forget, join me tonight for the 10 o'clock news at 10 o'clock Eastern time. But from Battery Park City here in Lower Manhattan, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have yourself a fabulous and beautiful New York day, whether you can afford to live here or not. Hug your loved ones. Cherish those marvelous moments. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. I will see you guys on the 10 o'clock news. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. See y'all at 10 o'clock. Bye, guys.